Welcome to the show. Today we're talking about how to date without alcohol, and I'm going to include some fun non-alcoholic dates. Well, actually, there should only be non-alcoholic dates if you're listening to the Alcohol Free Lifestyle podcast, right? Great to have you with us here. Just a reminder, there are some links in the show's description here, which you can click on at any time if you're wanting to have a 15-minute chat with us to see how we might be able to support you to get control over drinking. You can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule, and there's a link in the description here as well. And if you haven't got my guide, the Alcohol Freedom Formula Guide, I'm happy to email it to you. You can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide, and again, the link is in the description. So before I stopped drinking in 2010, my dating life always revolved around alcohol. And like most people, I would meet women in a bar for a drink, or we'd order wine with dinner. It was a very standard game plan, and I still see it today. No matter the age or demographic, whether it's someone in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, people are always meeting up for a drink. Hey, let's have a couple drinks. Shall I meet you for a drink? And, back pre-stopping drinking, pre-2010, I believed alcohol, was necessary for conversation to flow, for me to calm down my nerves, to enable my date to calm down her nerves, just to be a little bit more relaxed. I actually thought that a few drinks might increase the flirtation, and my strategy was effective, and I generated mostly superficial short-term connections. In my experience, it didn't facilitate real, meaningful intimacy. During the first months of me not drinking, I started to notice a shift in my dating life. By trading the late night bar scene for morning exercise, I started meeting fit and healthy women, and our conversations revolved around more meaningful issues, which tended to create a deeper connection. And, I just started to meet smart, emotionally developed people, not just women, men as well. I wasn't dating the men, but I just mean, my social circle started to be filled with smart, emotionally developed people. And so at the time I was single, and I noticed there was a raising of the bar, so to speak, that the quality of women that I was meeting was far superior to the quality of women that I was meeting in bars or restaurants where I required alcohol for social lubrication, shall we call it. I started to meet people through friends at farmers markets. I went to some yoga classes. I went into parks. I just started to open up a whole world of potential partners and connections by simply rejecting the belief that in bars and at nighttime is the only way to meet people. Instead of inviting a potential romantic interest out on a date to a bar, I invited women instead to go on walks in the park, daytime, friendly afternoon walks, or a hike in the hills. And I found that the response was infinitely more positive when I suggested a creative, meaningful date than when I would simply just ask them to meet up for drinks. Because people connect over a shared experience. And many people believe that romance can't unfold unless alcohol is involved. My experience has been the exact opposite of that. I've dated as a drinker and I dated as a non-drinker, and I can tell you definitively that dating as a non-drinker was infinitely better, especially because the caliber of people I was meeting was so high. So, likewise, if you're a woman and you're not the type to proactively invite a man out on a date, rather than you want to wait to be invited out. If a man is inviting you to go out for a drink, then you can just politely say to him, listen, I don't drink. I'm happy to meet you in a bar, but I won't be drinking. Just wanted to let you know that ahead of time, and say it really, excuse me, not in an accusatory way, but just, let them know. Or you could say, listen, thank you so much for inviting me. I'd love to meet you. May I suggest that we meet, for a daytime coffee or tea first rather than a drink? I just think I would feel more comfortable if we met in the afternoon. How about a morning juice or a morning coffee? And then when you're there, you can say to him, look, I appreciated you inviting me out. I don't drink, and I just tend to enjoy, meeting for the first time in the daytime. That's perfectly reasonable, absolutely reasonable. And if the man who's inviting you out gives you pushback on that, well, maybe he's not the right guy for you, quite frankly. And if he says, yeah, that's fine, no problems at all, and then he's inquisitive and asks you about it, why you don't drink, and he's supportive of you, then great. And if he's not supportive of that, well, maybe you're not a great match. Some really, some really fun activities that I discovered were morning hikes. A morning hike is great because you're more energetic and fresh. Walking side by side through nature will make you feel like you're relaxing with a friend rather than if you're meeting at a bar or having dinner and you're sitting opposite one another like it's a job interview. So being in nature also puts you both in the moment. You're free of electronic distractions. No one's coming in. Waitress isn't coming in asking you what you want. There's no kind of awkwardness around. Are you drinking? Are you not drinking? Like it's just, you're not drinking because it's the morning and you're on a morning hike. Unless your date really loves to drink alcohol for breakfast. Morning hike. Is it time to give your liver a break? Have you been punishing your liver for many years with seemingly innocent alcohol use? If so, I invite you to show your liver some love by enjoying natural supplements from my supplements company, Swan Vitality. The Swan Vitality Liver Cleanse contains my own concentrated formula of powerful natural antioxidants scientifically designed to cleanse the liver and support blood circulation. Just take 3 capsules every day with your evening meal with a half glass of water, and you will love the results you will see and feel. Swan Vitality is 100% natural, safe, and effective. To get started on your Swan Vitality journey, I'm inviting you to enjoy 15% off your first order. Just go to swanvitality.com and use the code James at checkout. That's swanvitality.com. Use the code James at checkout to trigger your 15% off. Another thing you could try is going for a walk in the sunshine at any time. Could be the snow, even if it's winter. You can meet at a park or on a street corner and just start walking. I mean, I had wonderful walks with people, not just romantic interests, but just friends walking around the streets of New York City and Manhattan. You just go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Let's walk up to the Chelsea markets. Let's walk up Upper West Side. Let's walk to Union Square. There's always plenty of things to notice and talk about. There's dogs, there's people, there's stores. Moving from place to place creates moments together. And the moments of silence, if there are some, feel natural because you're just walking and there's things to observe. Whereas if you're at a dinner or a restaurant or at the bar and there's silence, it can feel awkward. But with every corner you turn on a walk, you'll find new things to talk about. Another place you can meet is at a cafe or a juice bar. A tea or a coffee tasting is pretty unique, unlike a wine or beer tasting. You could also just meet at a coffee or a juice shop, take it to go and combine your coffee date with a nice walk. Another thing you could do is run errands together. And I'm not joking, I'm being serious here. Pursuing a common goal together intensifies feelings of closeness. They've done studies on this. So, ladies, if you're invited out on a date, you could say, listen, I'd love to meet you. I've got some errands to run. Shall we go on, do you want to come with me as I run the errands? Or if it's a gentleman, you can say, listen, I'd love to take you out. This is going to sound a little peculiar, but I have some errands to run. I'm wondering if you'd like to come with me. It'll only be half an hour. Does she want to buy an outfit? Perfect. Then as the man, demonstrate your patience and go along with her. He needs to go grocery shopping. Great, go with him and help him find the best ingredients for a delicious recipe. Now, some of these might not be appropriate for a first date. I get it. But if you're on the second or third date and you're looking for things to do that don't involve alcohol, why not run errands together? Why not go grocery shopping? Weekend farmers markets, oh wow, they're amazing opportunities just to walk in the sun and everyone's happy. I went to one just the other day. As I'm recording this now, I'm on the Gold Coast in Australia, on the east coast of Australia, and it's winter now. And I was at Burleigh Heads on the Gold Coast, which is a place, pretty famous surf spot there. And every Saturday and Sunday morning, they have these markets, farmers markets at the local high school, or primary school, actually. I think it's the Burleigh Primary School. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, my friend Kirk and I went there last Saturday morning, and we went for a walk. It was about 9:30. We were there from 9:30 to 11. Maybe it was 9 to 10:30, something like that. And it was such a beautiful place to feel part of a community, because there's all this beautiful food that the farmers are selling. So you're out, amongst healthy food. People have got little stalls going on. There's someone playing a guitar. Everyone's smiling and happy because the sun is out. It's such a non-threatening environment. Now, compare that to, say, a bar or a restaurant where there's alcohol flowing. People have had a few drinks and there's all that kind of stuff. And it's nighttime. It's more, it certainly feels to me more hostile or aggressive. Whereas a weekend morning where everyone's relaxed and smiling and the sun's out and there's organic food and there's families and there are little kids running around and people are walking dogs. Wow, that is such a friendly environment. And a great environment to go on a date on or in, whatever the right terminology is. Because it's fun. There's kids running around, there's dogs, there's people are happy, it's safe, puts people in a good mood. And what puts people in a good mood? Feeling part of a community. I love farmers markets, so good. You could meet for dessert. So you could make your intention to take alcohol out of the equation and make it just be clear in your intention and suggest, hey, look, let's meet at 9 p.m. at that frozen yogurt place. They got this amazing coconut ice cream there. This amazing dairy-free ice cream. So we meet at 9. Want to fancy a late-night dessert? Or ladies, if the man is inviting you and out to a drink, you say, and you got something on, say, listen, I got something on, but are you a dessert kind of guy? Do you want to meet for a post-dinner frozen yogurt? I got this frozen yogurt place up the road. What a cute little way to meet. No alcohol required. You could also get silly on a novelty date. You could do things like mini golf and bowling, which encourages laughter and playfulness. You could try being a tourist in your own city without Google Maps. You could, start a quest to find the best cappuccino in town. You could experience laughter. You could go to a comedy show. Just be clear that you're not going to drink alcohol. I mean, there's so many things to do that don't require alcohol. So many things to do. Yet most of society is walking around saying, oh my God, it's the first date, I'm nervous, I need to have a drink to loosen up, or I've got to have a drink, I need to have wine to create romance. Nonsense. You can create romance without the attractively packaged poison of alcohol. So hope that is helpful. Again, this doesn't matter whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, or 80s. People are dating. Everyone's dating. 80s are dating. 70s are dating. 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's dating. But you do not require alcohol to do it. Hope this was helpful. Would love to hear from you. If you could leave a review for the podcast, that will help us climb the rankings and possibly help someone in need right now to gain control of their drinking. If you go into Apple Podcasts and just leave me a little review, I would love that. If you want to send me an email, james@alcoholfreelifestyle.com will get to me. YouTube channel, Alcohol Free Lifestyle, is at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/YouTube. I've got some cool motivational videos there to get your mind right around alcohol. And I've got some dating tips and a few other things in that guide I referenced before, alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. I hope this was helpful. Talk to you on the next one. Here are 5 ways I can support you on your health journey. Number 1, the Better AF group support. You can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/betteraf. That is group virtual coaching to help you to stop drinking. The YouTube channel at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/YouTube. The book, Alcohol Freedom Formula, can be found at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. My liver cleanse from my supplements company, Swan Vitality, at swanvitality.com. And protect your eyes from screens by wearing a pair of Swannies blue light blocking glasses from my sleep company, Swanic Sleep. You can find that at swannies.com. Catch you on the next one.